Last time on Minions and Misfits.
We came up with an excellent plan.
You killed me. That sucked.
Bach is back to get you, buddy.
Your time has come, TukTuk.
He just sprints off into the night and just completely panicked.
And scene.
All right, we pick up where we left off. The boys have just run TukTuk out of town. TikTok is gone. TikTok is forevermore. What do we do? It is the aftermath of what just happened. We were right where we left off. He is gone. You are currently in the tent, and the rest of them are outside, just having finished up their dirty deed.
Oh, yeah.
I think you probably... Well, is there anything cool to grab?
Oh, dude, there's shinies out the wazoo. Yeah. I mean, it's all spread over the entire tent right now because of the gremlins throwing everything. But yeah, there's stuff like... Yeah. You got loot. You definitely got loot.
I have an idea. We definitely take some... Weehawk kind of like sets a little pile aside to give to Oldie, and a little pile aside for the...
Yeah, let me... I have a bunch of loot written down here for what actually is in his tent. So let me explain what all we found here. So...
Okay. Well, first, I think you're going to gather the guys in the tent and be like, okay, this thing needs to burn, but before we do that, we need to get the good stuff out of here.
And we're setting the tent on fire.
Right.
I think so.
Yeah, we do have...
That sends a message.
We do have an entire... We do have a whole night to just empty the tent out. And then
oh, yeah, you can take inventory.
Trash it.
Yeah, everything, yeah. Send a message to the pile here. Like, he's gone. What are we doing now? Yeah. How do you start your statement of leadership?
Should we try to have people, like, pick the next leader? Or just tell them it's us?
The blacksmith said he would have the chain shirts done that night, right?
Yeah, you're wearing them currently. I forgot to deal with all that. Sorry.
Oh, sweet.
Well, I was gonna say, instead of wearing them, I think like after the success of the plan, Weehawk gives them out.
Oh,
gives
okay.
One to Gorfeht and gives one to Scrim, and he puts his own on. And is like, boys, here's to a new era of the pile.
The triumvirate begins. Yeah, we'll have to get all that done. Okay, so you guys work through all the stuff in the pile, not in the pile, sorry, in TukTuk's tent. There is about 400 gold pieces lying around. There's a bunch of like random things. There's like gold lockets, silk handkerchiefs, like engraved bone dice, like several different gemstones, like azurite and all those sorts of other stuff. So you can sell those off or trade them as you need at some point for things. And there's a decent amount of little magic items that he's accrued over the time here. There is if you want to write these down somewhere, we can split them up as you need at some point. We have a lantern of tracking.
Okay.
Which is a very fun
Sam,
thing.
you got this. I'm in a soft, squishy chair.
Yeah. You are stuck. Yeah.
All right, so that's 400 gold.
Yeah, 400 gold.
And then there's bunch
various,
of lockets.
art objects, gemstones. Yeah, we'll say that there's like another 200 worth of objects that you can sell or trade for things. And then magic items. We have the lantern of tracking.
Lantern of tracking. See, it's 9 o'clock.
yeah, it's all done. Yep.
All right,
there
lantern
is
of tracking.
The medal of wit.
Medal of Wit? What does that do?
It's a fun little item. It's a common wondrous item. You can press this medal to your temple as an action. Doing so gives you advantage on intelligence checks and saving throws for the next hour.
Huh, I could use that.
Yeah, it's a one-off thing, though. Once it is used, it becomes non-magical. So, yeah.
Bummer.
There is the feather token, which basically gives you, like, one instance of feather fall, essentially. There is a big chest that has a bunch of food in it. It is the chest of preserving, which has any food or perishable items inside this chest do not age or decay.
How much food has he been hoarding?
Quite a lot. It is
How big of a chest
is it? 2.5 foot long, 1.5 foot wide, and foot tall chest.
It's basically a vertical fridge.
Basically, yes.
It's
a mini
basically
fridge.
the size of a mini fridge.
Yeah, it's a big mini fridge. Yeah. It is full to the brim with food.
That's helpful.
There is the mask charm, which is a small silver pin Using this charm, you can use an action to cast Disguise Self on it, and it can only be used once a day, but it can be used for a 6-hour duration if you choose to burn it all. Basically, it can be used for once each day, or it can be used as a 6-hour and then become non-magical. So if you really need, something intense for it. There is a special needle that you're not sure what exactly it does.
Ow.
But it has a slight glow to it, so you'll have to figure out what's up with that. And then finally, there is a very, very valuable looking statue of some sort of deity that you don't know.
It doesn't look goblinoid.
It does not look goblinoid. It looks very big folky.
Green-skinoid.
Very what?
It's very big folky.
This belongs in a museum.
So do you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Does it have pointed ears?
It does.
Okay. Well, I wonder if our elf friends might want that back.
That would definitely help. Okay. So I think they're all kind of sitting together in maybe a cave that they can hide the stuff in just for a moment.
Yeah, if you're gonna dump it all in Weehawk's cave or something.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Oh, actually, they should probably put it in my cave because there's not as much stuff, and I have a good guard for the cave.
It's true. You have an excellent guard.
Yes, it's true. All right, they're all in my cave. Okay, guys. So
it fills your 10 by 10.
I feel like it's probably best if we have a more secure way of guarding treasure and maybe using it to help everyone in the tribe, and also
the 1%.
Oh, no, get out, Bernie! Bernie, now. No, you just see a younger goblin just shuffle off a really old and disheveled goblin.
There's just a gnome, Nerny Nanders.
Yeah, he's not even a goblin. He's a gnome.
Yeah, he is.
With an exact Bernie Sanders face.
He wields a hammer and a sickle.
Oh no! Oh no!
Get out of here, Nerny.
He's got a brown jacket on.
Yeah.
Resist the communist gobs.
Come on. Come on, Grandpa.
Oh no. Maybe just as a general fund for the Center of Commerce or something.
The banks are made of marble.
Yeah, we can use it to trade with the big folk that we're friendly with.
Yeah, so you've made 2 interactions
ones.
with some big folk already. You've had the positive interaction with the elves, and you had a not negative interaction with the humans, but not a positive one either.
If we can maybe pay them
neutral
back.
leaning positive.
Yeah, you did still rob them.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
We could always give them back some of their stuff and then hope to start something. Maybe, I don't know. I think the elf bet is good.
I was gonna say we could pay them for the food that we took, because we still need food. We're still short on it, but with TukTuk gone, we can actually accumulate and store food instead of it just being hoarded by TukTuk.
There's also a bunch of papers and stuff in the tent that are kind of strewn everywhere now. So if you want to go through those, you can. But if you just want to kind of toss them or whatever, you can.
Oh, 100%.
Does Gorfeht read?
Yeah.
Probably reads Common and Gob. He does read Elvish.
Yeah, he knows
also reads
Common.
Elvish.
Oh, true. Yeah, no, it's all written in Gob.
Yeah, so does Weehawk, actually.
Yeah, it's all written in Gob.
We're Gob literate.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys have some time in the evening. You can take the time and read through all those. A lot of them are just kind of notes about schemes, but there's give me an investigation check and see how well we go through these.
Okay, let's see. I'll get my dice pulled up.
Dice.
Oh, use those. Oh, we probably can't use that bardic inspiration. So
I'm assuming you used them on your other ones already.
Okay, I'm gonna give you bardic inspiration to investigate these because I'll get a 5. So add
5.
I got a 19.
Oh, beautiful. So you find all the important things. Yeah, there's a bunch of schemes written
I got a 15.
out, a lot of which are pretty harebrained. There's a couple of weird contracts you see from the bugbears, but one that stands out in particular is a threat letter that seems to be blackmail from. Oh, it's hard to see, but the name on the thing says Klarsh. You don't know a Klarsh in the pile, but the letter itself it mentions the 2 bugbears. It mentions debts that TukTuk and therefore the pile owes to this Klarsh. and basically says that he's out of time to pay, and they'll be coming to collect soon.
We better get some money together to pay off this guy.
Does Scrim know anything about a Clarsh, or are we all just totally in the dark about it?
No, Scrim kind of looks over at it after you point it out, and he's like, "There's no Clarsh here. No gob named Clarsh around."
Well, here's what I think, because this sounds bad. Can you send out scouts, like send maybe one out in each direction to find something about us, Clarsh?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, we can send some of the team out to see if we can figure out what's up. Where would he have gotten bugbears from? It looks like he got these bugbears from this Clarsh. Maybe Jim knows.
Oh, that's a better idea.
Didn't Jim tell us where he came from?
He did not. No.
In the last episode.
So we get a.
He said there was like an exchange of some sort, basically.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll get in touch with Jim about that.
I think first off they would. Gorfeht's like, "Oh yeah, Jeff," and so he kind of runs over to the coffee place with like.
Jeff's the dead one.
Oh. George.
Jim.
Only the name of my, my best man at my wedding.
Oh.
Brings over a bag of shinies. He's like, "All right, Jim, here's what you were promised."
Oh man, it all worked out well then.
Oh yes, we're working on it. But also, who is this? And he kind of raises up the
just like up towards his face, as high as you can get.
Face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He kind of looks at the letter.
Probably takes out some reading.
Yeah.
Out a pair of
takes out the
glasses.
spectacles. Yeah. He's like, "Oh, let me see."
Is Jim wearing a cardigan? Just be honest.
He's got a sweater vest all full Mr. Rogers style. No, he is wearing armor.
He wears a short sleeved button down and a tie.
Oh my gosh.
Office Space or something like that.
Perfect. No, he looks over at the letter and he said, he kind of looks a little pale. He says, "Clarsh, huh? Didn't realize he was still dealing with him."
Oh no, that's never a good sign.
Yeah.
So you guys paying him off, or what's the plan here?
I would love to pay him off because this guy sounds like bad news.
Yeah. He's an orc.
I'm not opposed to it.
Oh, was he wearing chainmail that looked a lot like this?
No, but some of his members do.
Oh no, that's worse. Okay, well, thank you so much.
Weehawk is like,
well, can you give me any information in terms of his location?
I mean, they have a roaming camp. They're kind of like traveler, roaming nomad types. They don't really have like a permanent fixture.
Bandits, as it were.
Yeah.
Nor.
Weehawk's just like, part of me is really jazzed about this, and the other part of me is really has a sense of foreboding about this. Weehawk is like trying to reconcile the amount of dread and also excitement that he is feeling.
Yeah, I mean, TukTuk had been siphoning food and supplies off to them, which is why we've been so low for such a long time. But he also owes them a decent amount of money on top of those supplies.
I knew he couldn't be eating all of that food himself.
So, that's not great.
Do you know how much he owed them?
I don't know. I know that Jeff and I were expensive, but I don't know exactly what the deal was either. They're not to be messed with, though, especially Clarsh. They're, bandits, slavers, all the things. Like they don't mess around. So if you can pay them, pay them.
They're all of the worst versions of what we do.
Yes, they're the worst versions of all the terrible gobs.
Well, at least we know something, and we know it's coming.
Yeah, so that'll be an issue.
Well, that's what, like 90% of the battle?
Something like that. Math is hard.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, so what's my new role here, I suppose, would be the question
well, what
now.
would you like your role to be?
Oh, no one's ever asked me that before. Oh, what does Jim want?
Who is Jim?
What makes Jim tick?
Why is Jim?
Why is Jim? How is Jim? Where is Jim?
Well, we just figured out why is Jim.
Why is Jim? We just figured. We did just discover why is Jim.
TukTuk, a considerable amount of debt.
But now, who is Jim?
Yes.
He says, I'll have to think about that for a little bit, actually. Never had to consider this before. For now, how about I just kind of keep you guys safe like I kept TukTuk safe, and we'll talk about what all I can do.
That sounds good. Are you more like a executive or an enforcer type, do you know?
I mean, I've always been an enforcer, but I don't know if that's what I really love, you know? It's just kind of what I've been doing.
Well, here, why don't you take these? And he hands him like a disc test and like the Myers-Briggs and, like, 16 personalities.
He said, I'm an ENFJ. Oh.
You know, I figured.
Enneagram 1.
Man, that is a narrow joke.
Yeah, it is.
If you got that, you're listening to the right podcast.
Welcome, friends.
Yeah, I think, it sounds like with this Klarsh guy coming, we could still use your, you.
Oh, thanks.
In a
appreciate that
role. But with one added promise over what TukTuk gave you, which is we will not ask you to do anything that we would not do ourselves.
Oh, he pretty much exclusively asked me to do things that he wouldn't do himself.
Well, then this is a better arrangement.
Yeah, we're doing good. I can still keep my whole coffee situation that we had before, right?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm sure this will be a great new era for the pile and for me.
He thinks it's coffee. It's just water.
It's just dirt water.
No sending you off to die when Klarsh gets here. If we fight as a group.
Oh yeah, we speaking of fighting in groups, there's the whole leadership changeover situation here. How are you guys planning on announcing this to the rest of the pile here?
Can you gather them in the center after I do this? And he kind of like kicks over like a bucket that has a torch on it that like lights a rope that like goes all the way over to the
just a Rube Goldberg machine set up.
Yeah. Which just like dumps a match onto the thing that just instantly like bursts into flames.
Yeah, the whole thing is doused in gasoline somehow. Yeah. Don't copyright strike us.
No, even better, it like fizzles out like 2 feet away from the tent. So Gorfeht just has to go and light the tent on fire himself.
So we're making this very dramatic statement in the middle of the night. I see. Okay.
Oh, not middle. I thought this was like dawn.
No, it's still the nighttime. You guys are still working through everything.
No, we're
stops the Rube Goldberg machine. Like
you like grab the fuse. Like, no, wait. I was like, not the vibe I was expecting you guys to go with, but all right.
Weren't we saving that for sunrise? And Gorfeht just like takes off after the to go put it out.
How many families are there in the pile?
There's about 80 goblins altogether.
All right, I think.
Okay.
Let's just start off by making them happy and giving is like 2 shinies is substantial, right?
2 shinies is huge.
Okay, so is 1 shiny huge
like
enough?
1 shiny a month is like what you're aiming for if you're ever gonna like grab like that's the standard, like that's your goal in finding acquisitions.
Okay, so if we start with like 2, that's a major investment into our tribe.
Huge.
Yeah, up front. Yeah, 2 shinies in every household.
Let's just start with like a tax cut.
You don't have to throw the first shiny you get every month into the pile.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm sure the TukTuk had a tribute of sorts going on too, like as leaders.
Yeah.
Okay, well, he gets together with Scrim and Weehawk. Okay, I have an idea. I have like 2/3 of an idea because there's 3 of us. I think one needs to be a rule maker. I think one needs to be a rule enforcer, and I was thinking Scrim would be good at being the enforcer type because you like that kind of stuff. And then I don't know what the 3rd position should be.
So we had kind of talked a little bit about this in our conversation by the forest on the way back that one day.
That's right. But I have a very short memory.
Scrim is our war leader.
Oh yeah.
I'm our quartermaster. In charge, distribute food.
Yeah, and you basically handle morale.
Oh.
Yeah, and Gorfeht's our morale man.
Is that like spokesperson or like a figurehead type thing? Not figurehead, but like a...
Well, sort of spokesperson, but also, in charge of shiny distribution and
shiny
stuff
distribution.
like that.
I mean, I feel like you're the kind of the face, like you interact with a bunch of people all the time and make sure they know what's happening with everything.
Yeah. And let's not go into this, like, if any of us needs advice, the other two are there to give advice.
Yeah, they are the immediate
necessary.
counsel.
Yeah.
How are we going to explain this whole triple leader thing to the group here? Because this is not something that's ever happened before.
I think we can like sell it like, hey, would you rather, instead of having a leader die every month, just have 3 leaders who don't die every month?
And don't try to kill each other.
Yeah, if it doesn't work, new leader next month, right?
It's not a bad selling point, actually.
You've got nothing to lose.
That's
and
fair.
a lot to gain.
It's all up from TukTuk, so, I think that in and of itself is going to help us a lot here. All right. Sounds like a plan.
I think the idea of having enough food to live off of and more shinies than they've ever seen in their entire lives is gonna make...
We're buying their votes.
That transition... It's gonna make that transition real easy for everybody.
It's true. All right. Well, anything else we want to do before we, sleep for a little bit before the morning here?
I think that that Gorfeht with the agreement of Scrim and with the agreement of Weehawk would like basically get a system ready to distribute 2 gold to each family as they assemble. Kind of just a general tax cut to help get everyone on our side.
Yeah, a little stimulus check.
Yeah.
I think we probably
little
can
stimmy
have
from Papa Gorfeht.
a little... I think we could probably have a quote-unquote feast and hand out food from the from TukTuk's horde.
Yeah, well. There's enough to at least give one object to each family here and or each individual.
Because because we came back with food from the human settlement, but TukTuk was hoarding like the good stuff,
like the good
food
stuff.
That a lot of food that
like
a lot of the
cheese
goblins
wheels,
would
like
have
fresh
never
bread.
eaten.
Yeah, like the primo.
If we start this administration off with the best food they've ever tasted, and
it's bread and circuses.
Excellent.
Wait, but hold up. Isn't it just downhill from there?
No. Not if we do our jobs right.
This is getting into deep political philosophy. All right.
Especially if Klarsh shows up looking for TukTuk, and we keep Klarsh and his goons from tearing down the pile on top of us.
That's
then
fair.
that means we've also guaranteed them safety.
I think we also need to put more stock into our hunters and probably more stock into our guards on our gates now. That'll probably be a necessary thing.
Oh yeah.
Probably just need gates.
Oh man.
Because right now, like, the only protected area is the caves, and everything else on the surface is just kind of like open.
Yeah, we've got access, we've got trees.
The forest of Fangor lies on our doorstep.
We get attacked by ants.
Yeah. I mean, you've already killed shrubs, so.
They're not happy about that.
That was technically by accident.
You lit it on fire.
Gorfeht lit at least 2 of them on fire.
I was a different guy back then. That was like 5 episodes ago.
Yeah, that was I think in game time that was like less than a week ago.
Yeah, it was less than a week. Yeah.
A lot of life changes have happened.
It's been like what, 4 days since we started? Something like 5 days max.
Gosh.
Yeah.
It's been a big week.
Yeah, been a big.
It was
week.
The raid episode was at least 2 days because
2 days. It was 2 days for the raid because you had the travels.
The day back.
Yeah, so we'll say 3 days for the raid.
Yeah.
So it's been about a week. Yeah, sure.
How did the week go?
Speaking of timeline, I'm gonna give you guys like about a week of time here to get everything settled and to talk about any changes you want to make in the immediate change for the pile here.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll have this big start out in the morning. Are you setting the tent on fire and doing all of that, or what are we doing for?
Are we selling the idea that TukTuk is dead, or
that's what I was asking? Get into. Yeah, are you trying to say that? Yeah, like you burned down the tent with him inside, and he's dead now, or like what are you doing here?
We better just say that he ran off cowardly, because if he comes back, we don't want people to think he's miraculous. Now I feel like I'm the Pharisees. Like, we got to make sure. Like,
yeah, we don't need Jesus coming back all big here, right? And so,
yeah, we don't want the loyalists would probably start, thinking some crazy stuff or going out to look for him or something, or just plotting our demise. If we say we killed him, then we accidentally bring the chieftain's curse onto ourselves because somebody's going to try and avenge him. I think the best idea, maybe not the best idea, an idea, is to
forge a retirement letter.
No. I was going to say we distribute, the goods. We hand out the goods, get everybody happy, and then let them know that TukTuk was going to sell the tribe out to Klarsh, and that we intend to defend the camp, the tribe from Klarsh.
We're going nationalist, yes. All right.
This is taking a lot of turns.
Well, we're just going to keep bandits from paving over our camp.
That's valid, yes.
Which TukTuk absolutely would have just sold out every single single
100%.
goblin in the pile.
Oh my goodness, I apologize. You have to cut this part out. I find it so funny that I'm like, give money to the people, and you're like, we also need to arm ourselves against a national enemy. Like,
yeah, man.
That is just
and
very
from
funny.
An uprising from within. Yeah.
It's good times. Good times. All right.
It's almost like politics is complicated.
Yeah, what a concept. Yeah. All right. So we'll fast forward to the morning here. How do you guys want to handle this distribution and this announcement? I want to do this announcement and see all that, and then we'll fast forward after that. And so,
I feel like
Go ahead, Sam.
I feel like we could have like people ready, like line up one per family, because we would know the families.
Oh yeah, everyone knows everyone here. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, one from each family, get up. We have a gift for each one of you. Kind of, they're all wrapped in like really crappy gift bags because Gorfeht can't tie. Gorfeht Jr. can't tie, I should say.
Neither of them can tie.
That's true. And
like father, like son.
It's true. And so, is the other Glad helping at all, or is he just still in the corner moping?
He's just kind of moping, yeah.
Oh no. Okay, well I'll come back to him in a second. So the idea is like that each family gets one. They kind of line up, because I had said that they already have like been preparing to like 2 per family, which still gives us a good amount left.
Yeah, two shinies and food.
I wonder if this will cause inflation. But okay, well,
that's a
what?
I was gonna say that's a problem for future us to deal with.
That'll be our children's problem
next
when the housing market crashes.
I feel like
Gorfeht and Weehawk confront inflation.
Gorfeht and Weehawk learn economics.
Next week's episode is just Gorfeht, Weehawk, and Scrim just all sat around a table, just like accounting.
The ghost of Walter Williams accosts Gorfeht and Weehawk.
If only there was some invisible hand to lift up the market.
Mage Hand.
Mage Hand solves all the problems.
Gorfeht reads Adam Smith's Mage Hand and everything.
Oh man, we're having all the niche jokes tonight.
I love
it. Right.
All right. So in the morning, the tent is on fire. Everyone's attention is gathered because the tent is on fire.
Yep. I'm imagining a super cool looking scene where the tent is just on fire and Gorfeht, Scrim, and Weehawk are all just standing in front of it.
Oh yeah. You got
silhouetted against the flames.
Yes, Fredward is like standing like behind you guys, looking like strong and menacing.
Yeah.
Are we the baddies?
They're all
this
gathered
is called
around.
Revolution, Gorfeht.
This is the price of revolution.
Revolution smells like fire.
Wow. Yeah, so they're all gathered around, kind of like staring at TukTuk's burning tent, and you guys just right in front of it. Who's telling what?
I guess that's me, right?
Yeah, you're the face. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Gobs? Gob till men?
Good start.
Yes.
This is why we brought you on.
A curse has hit every single chief. I mean, come on. In the last year, we've had like 12. One kills another, and then that one kills another, and that one kills another. And the matter of the fact is, the curse was coming for TukTuk, whatever his name was. And so he's straight up left town. And when we've scoured through his remaining tent, he was looking to sell us all out. And he kind of raises the paper up that kind of signifies that.
There's like a shock around the crowd. There's muttering and gasping.
So the first step we've done as a trio is we've decided to give you back some of the money he's been taking. So hopefully that should help a little bit. We're about to have a very nice dinner. Breakfast, sorry. But he took this from all you. And I don't know about you. I don't want this to happen again.
Yeah.
So here's what we posit.
Harumph.
Yeah.
Rah. Here's what we posit.
It's a big word for Gorfeht.
Really, it's not a very big word at all, but it's a big word for Gorfeht.
5 letters. Incredible.
I know. Instead of having a new war leader or a new chief every month, what if there were 3 of us who shared the responsibilities and didn't kill each other?
Oh, we might be able confused to muttering and everyone's looking at each other.
I know. But hey, if it doesn't work, we'll all be dead next month anyway, and you can go back to the chief system. If it does work, you'll get more shinies.
Oh. Everyone looks confused but pleased.
Yes. You'll be earning the shinies because that's what you do in a society. I looks over and shrugs.
Weehawk's just nodding.
And now for Weehawk. And he kind of like steps away and goes over to Weehawk.
Weehawk steps forward, and he's got the chest. The chest of preservation kind of in front of him for when it's his turn. Gorfeht's right. We all deserve to have our own shinies. You all deserve to have your own shinies. But you also deserve to have enough food to live off of.
Yeah!
He just throws open the chest and the bounty that's inside it.
There's a slight surge as they kind of like run forward. Do you try and stop it?
Now hold. Well, he doesn't really try to stop it, but he closes the chest back. He's like, each and every one of you, along with your 2 shinies to start us off for the day, will be getting some of the delicious food that TukTuk has been hoarding the entire time. Having caused this food shortage, we want everybody to have enough food. We need strong gobs and goblins here. So what we want to do is to start off this day right for everybody is to hand each goblin household out 2 shinies and a handful of food, or an armful of food.
There's like muttering and gasping, and like everyone's like, "Whoa, what's going on, man?"
So make a good line.
Very disheveled line forms as best as goblins can form in any semblance of order.
This could have gotten a whole lot worse.
Scrim stands up and comes over to the front, and he says, "Well, you all know I've never been much for many fancy words, but I like the concept these boys are working with, and I'm proud to be standing alongside with them, and we're going to make this place the best pile we can make it. Come on up."
Hear, hear.
And thus begins a new era of the pile.
Weehawk opens up. It's like the end of The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. He's just throwing stuff on.
Yeah,
except we're just like, they step up to Weehawk. He hands him an armful of food. They step up to Gorfeht. He tucks 2 gold coins each goblin's pocket.
Behind each ear.
Yeah.
Weehawk leans down to Claudio and hands him a shiny, and Claudio like drops the beer bottle and like walks away with his chin up.
This was the day that Claudio stopped becoming an alcoholic.
Ooh.
But join us next time on Claudio Goes to Rehab.
Oh, that took a dark turn.
While they're doing that, Gorfeht's going to lead out the Glud who's been lonely outside of camp.
Mm-hmm.
He says, well, buddy, I guess you're kind of bummed out. And while we're building a pretty great pile, I mean, if you want to go, I guess you can go. Actually, I guess we'd have both Gluds. But my man Gorfeht, you're welcome. You're both welcome to stay. But, I don't know. I'd hate to have you, like, starve in a cave because I'm busy or something. So if you want to go, I guess you can go.
Gorfeht Jr., like, goes over to the other Glud and kind of pats him on the back and helps him stand up. And you see him make some, like, sign language stuff to him, whatever. And he looks over to you, and the other Glud looks over to you, and the little Glud comes over and gives you a little, like, handshake.
Oh, sweet.
And then he walks off, but Gorfeht Jr. stays.
Hey, high five.
High five from Gorfeht Jr.
And gives him, like, a big hunk of meat. Like a big turkey leg to, like, chew on.
Yeah, he starts gnawing away. He just kind of follows you back like a kid with a lollipop.
They grow up so fast. And he kind of wipes a tear away.
Yeah, so this is the new era of a pile. How will we deal with the impending orc threat? How will we deal with leading a new pile here? Join us next time on Minions and Misfits to find out.